giving active adults the freedom of expression through thoughtful design inside the home and out. With 6 active adult communities in Phoenix and Tucson to choose from, if there's such a thing as getting to a good place in life, this is it.
Explore new ideas and new worlds here on Arizona PBS, a community service of Arizona State University.
Becoming a sustaining member is so easy. First, choose how much you would like to give every month. $5, $10, a level that works for you. If you would like your automatic contribution to come from your bank account, find your account number and your bank's routing number at the bottom of your checks. If you prefer to give by credit card, just have that handy when you sign up. The last step is to go to our website or give us a call. After just a couple of minutes, you'll never have to worry about renewing your membership again. And remember to ask for one of our special thank you gifts for sustaining members.
Coming up next on Arizona PBS, Life and World.
Don't forget that you and your collectibles are the stars of this show, so join us for the next taping of Arizona Collectibles. Go to azpbs.org/collectibles to submit your items today.
Oh, my.
$50,000 to $75,000.
One of the nicest pieces that I have seen outside of a book.
Support for Arizona PBS comes from viewers like you and from
Yupa's Thai Kitchen in Tempe features fresh, authentic Thai cuisine and vegetarian Thai dishes served in a homeland-style decor atmosphere. Open for lunch and dinner 7 days a week. Information at 480-839-0576.
Deanne Griebel, now with Moores and Cabot Investments, serving investors since 1890, proudly supports quality programming on 8 Arizona PBS, 480-725-9602.
From the Cronkite Studios in downtown Phoenix, this is Cronkite News.
With Joe Arpaio out as sheriff, many have called into question the future of the controversial tent city. The Cronkite News team takes a closer look at what may be in store.
And a drug that reverses opioid overdoses is not available to those who need it most. What one group is doing to make sure the drug gets put in the right hands.
Plus, we take a look at how one elementary school is bringing history to life.
Cronkite News starts now.
Good evening and welcome to Cronkite News on Arizona PBS. I'm Emma Lockhart.
And I'm Zach Pocklip. Thanks for joining us. The Maricopa County Sheriff's Office is facing a difficult financial future. All programs are under scrutiny, including one high-profile facility that was a point of pride for former Sheriff Joe Arpaio. Reporter Veronica Acosta sat down with his successor to find out what's next for Tent City.
A racial profiling suit is costing the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office tens of millions of dollars. So newly elected Sheriff Papandone is looking for ways to be more fiscally efficient. One option on the table, closing Tent City. Tent City, a source of pride for former Sheriff Joe Arpaio, a spectacle to some, a social injustice to others.
It really blew my mind that this is how we're handling these people that need help in our culture and in our society.
But the facility's future under new Sheriff Papandone is unclear. Some who've spent time inside the tents in extreme heat or bitter cold have a good idea of what they think should happen next.
It has to go.
The aging men and women's facilities are tucked away along a sprawling stretch of county property along Durango Street. The Maricopa County Sheriff's Office operates multiple jails across Maricopa County, some more than half empty. Closing one of these jails makes sense to some, and they want to start with Tent City.
I don't believe there was ever need for Tent City.
County Supervisor Steve Gallardo says the financial argument to close at least one jail is compelling. The Sheriff's Office must come up with $8 million in cost savings this year. Meanwhile, multiple jails have high vacancy rates.
I believe the Tent City should be taken away. I believe we should eliminate it. We have jail cells that are empty that these inmates can be placed in.
So Cronkite News took the question to newly elected Sheriff Papandone.
There's been a lot of concern over the past several years with it regarding treatment regarding the true need for it because of the population across all of our detention centers.
So Sheriff Penzone formed SPEAR, a group of community members that will review Tent City within the next couple of weeks, and his expectations are clear.
If I'm going to continue to keep it open, I need to know it's for the right reasons.
As for Blue Pony, she's unsure of Tent City's future, but she's glad she's no longer there to have to live through it. While the occupancy rate, including all Maricopa County jails, sits at about 70%, officials tell us closing Tent City would also mean finding an appropriate place for the nonviolent offenders who are housed there. The SPEAR committee is expected to give its recommendation in early April. In the broadcast center, Veronica Acosta, Cronkite News.
President Donald Trump spoke to troops at Florida's MacDill Air Force Base. He said the media is underreporting the threats of extremists and wants to focus on ways to protect the U.S. from terror threats. Trump's speech comes as he attempts to get his immigration order reinstated after the courts put the ban on hold.
We will defeat radical Islamic terrorism, and we will not allow it to take root in our country. We need strong programs so that people that love us and want to love our country and will end up loving our country are allowed in.
The new director of Homeland Security spoke to the sheriffs from across the country today, including Yuma County Sheriff Leon Wilmot, and immigration enforcement and the border wall were hot topics. Reporter Tyler Fingert is in the Cronkite News Washington Bureau after his chat with the Yuma sheriff.
Good evening. Today was the first official meeting between the National Sheriff's Association and President Donald Trump's new administration. Sheriff Wilmot said the meeting went well and he's optimistic about the future. When I asked him about the controversial border wall proposal, he points to his experience with the wall in his county.
The border fence in our community, in our geographic location, has proven to work.
Sheriff Wilmot has been dealing with the border for years. For him, his community shows a border fence can work.
As obvious in our county, after the fence went in, our deaths in the desert, our rapes, and our robberies, 90% at least reduction in those crimes.
Sheriff Wilmot was careful to say he could only speak for his county and could not endorse a wall running the entire length of the border. But not everyone likes that idea. Arizona Congressman Raul Grijalva says to continue to militarize our border is to squander billions of taxpayer dollars on a scheme that is impossible from geographical and economic perspectives. Sheriff Wilmot, though, insists that the wall is worth it because it's saving lives.
If I can prevent one death in the desert because there's a fence put up in a certain location, what is the value of a life?
And this isn't the last time we'll hear from Sheriff Wilmot. He'll be here in Washington tomorrow testifying on Capitol Hill about Homeland Security issues. We'll have a Cronkite News reporter inside that hearing, and we'll have that on our website, cronkitenews.azpbs.org. For now in Washington, Tyler Fingert, Cronkite News.
Produce that is not making the cut for grocery chains in Arizona is no longer ending up in landfills. Instead, it's in many communities in Arizona. Reporter Nicole Gutierrez explains how local communities are shopping for produce at a cheaper cost.
Borderlands Food Bank rescues between 30 to 40 million pounds of fresh, nutritious produce.
The Santa Cruz-based program Borderlands Food Bank takes those fruit and veggies that would have ended up in landfills and sells them in communities throughout Arizona at a lower cost. Tim Kosovac says he's been using this program for years.
I think more people should take advantage of it because a lot of the produce may have a little bit of a scratch or something on it, but it doesn't have to be perfect. It's still good.
On every Saturday from November to May, Produce on Wheels Without Waste hosts 10 to 15 distribution locations throughout Arizona where supporters can shop up to 60 pounds of fresh produce with a $10 contribution. According to Borderlands Food Bank, for every $10 contribution, they are able to serve 128 meals.
We want everyone to eat nutritiously. And to be able to do that, we bring it out to the communities so everyone can benefit from this.
Site leader Tiffany C. helps host this program once a month and sees it impacting her community.
This program is such a great program because we're taking produce that was going to be thrown out and not available, and we're taking it and being able to provide it to the public.
Reducing waste and providing low-cost, nutritious food. In Phoenix, Nicole Gutierrez, Cronkite News.
Any leftover produce from the program goes back to serve communities in the Santa Cruz area in Arizona. For more information for the nearest distribution location, you can visit borderlandsfoodbank.org. How some parents are struggling to have their children's special needs met.
Coming up on Cronkite News, we hear from concerned parents about their difficulties in finding suitable disability programs. And got a young teenager at home, what changes made to the Arizona written driver's test to look out for.
I'm Scott Pelley, anchor and managing editor of the CBS Evening News. In our changing media landscape, it is crucial for journalism education to ensure a commitment to the truth, unbiased reporting, strong ethics, unwavering fairness, and above all else, accuracy. These are the hallmarks of ASU's Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication. It's a place where students can innovate and transform the news industry while always upholding the values of the school's namesake. The Cronkite School at ASU, preparing the next generation for a stronger future of journalism.
Discover so much more at azpbs.org/schedule, where it's easier than ever to find out what's on Arizona PBS. Access interactive digital and printable program guides, repeat times, and full episode descriptions. Watch program previews of best bets for the coming week. Search by title to find your favorite shows. You can even add programs to your calendar and get email reminders when they're about to start. It's easier than ever to find out what's on Arizona PBS. Discover so much more at azpbs.org/schedule. When you want to be more connected, friend us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, watch us online.
Some might describe Narcan as a miracle drug for those suffering from opioid addiction. The state of Arizona has taken steps to make it easier to get. But as investigative reporter Megan Finnerty discovered, it's not as easy as some were led to believe.
It sounded so easy. You don't need a doctor's prescription anymore to get Narcan to a loved one or friend suffering from an opioid addiction. Just go to your local pharmacy. But like many great ideas, right now this one is bound in red tape. Getting this drug quickly and easily into the hands of those who need it has been a long time coming for advocates.
If it wasn't for naloxone, I wouldn't be here today.
Naloxone, or Narcan, has only one function: to save lives. It reverses an opioid overdose of drugs like heroin or oxycodone.
I said in the last 2 years we've noticed that we've had to use it a lot more often. It's really hard to put a time frame on it. I've had it anywhere from using it once a month to 3 times in 3 hours in a day.
Our state has suffered so much from this opioid epidemic. I think people are ready for some new solutions.
To do its part, the Arizona legislature added police and EMTs to the ranks of first responders allowed to administer the drug in 2015. 1 year later, lawmakers permitting friends or relatives to get prescriptions for loved ones and gave the pharmacist the ability to dispense the drug without a prescription. But instead, Cronkite News has found the availability of Narcan mirrored in misinformation and confusion.
There was a point where the doctors didn't even know you could prescribe it.
The Arizona Board of Pharmacy created laws allowing pharmacists to dispense the drug without a prescription after proper training. The problem is they're not required to get the training in the first place, and there's no easy way for the public to find out who's qualified to dispense the drug.
The issue is that it's so recent that these changes have been made that a lot of people aren't aware of what naloxone is. They aren't aware of where to get naloxone, how to use naloxone, or even that they can get it.
So to cut through the confusion, groups like Sonoran Prevention Works have started going to those who need it instead, bringing free education and Narcan to the people.
Yeah, it's completely free. So our trainings, our technical assistance, and our naloxone kits are free.
Michelle Scambalori of the Navajo County Public Health Department invited Coles to teach about Narcan on a cold winter afternoon in Show Low. The crowd was small, but the message important.
And I wanted people in the community to see that passion and hopefully have it translate over to how they saw substance use in the community, and that it wasn't just a moralistic issue, that we wanted to keep people from dying, because it is preventable.
And as the state continues to sort through the red tape, this group of friends who met in recovery will continue making free kits, knowing Narcan may save others just like it saved some of them.
If you say getting naloxone in the hands of people that are actively using isn't important, then you're saying my life isn't important. And I help people today, and I love people today, and I'm a contributing member of society.
Emergency services say after using Narcan, you should still call 911 because it's possible to overdose again. Advocates want the community to know overdosing can be a fatal side effect to a mental illness of addiction. In the broadcast center, Megan Finnerty, Cronkite News.
Cronkite News is dedicated to covering the opioid epidemic in Arizona. Our documentary, Hooked RX From Prescription to Addiction, highlighted the problems of painkillers here in our state. You can watch the documentary and find resources for getting help online at hookedrx.com.
New changes are expected to come for those who plan to take their written driver's test in the near future. Beginning in the spring, driver's license applicants will need to become familiar with the proper protocol for traffic stops. The move comes after it was revealed that the city of Phoenix is in the top 5 cities in the nation for officer-involved shootings.
After ASU pulled out of a deal with the Arizona Coyotes last week to build a new hockey arena in Tempe, one Arizona representative is still fighting to keep the Coyotes in Glendale. Representative Anthony Kern opposes Senate Bill 1474, which shows the Coyotes' intent to seek taxpayer funds from a state for a new arena.
It is absolutely not good public policy to ask taxpayers to build a new arena when the taxpayers are already paying for an existing arena.
Kern said he's not sure if that move guarantees the Coyotes will stay at their current home, Gila River Arena. Coyotes president Anthony LeBlanc issued a statement saying the team is focused on staying in Metro Phoenix and that Glendale is simply no longer an option.
Arizona laws may cause more harm to transgender people than good. A recent study by the Movement Advancement Project showed that Arizona is one of few states that do not have laws protecting members of the LGBT community from discrimination based on sexual orientation and gender identity. While no state laws are in effect, the cities of Phoenix, Tempe, and Scottsdale were among 6 cities in Arizona that have approved ordinances prohibiting discrimination. When we think back about elementary school and history, we remember flipping through books and taking notes.
But times are certainly changing. Coming up on Cronkite News, how new technology is taking some students back in time to where history lessons began.
It's been a cloudy day across the valley, but there are clearer skies up ahead. I'll tell you exactly when, coming up next on our 7-day forecast.
I finally found my hallelujah. I've been waiting for this moment all my life now. All my dreams are coming true, yeah. I've been waiting for this moment. It's good to be alive right about now. Right about now.
Officially from 36, and he hooks it in. Arizona State wins. Keeping one deep, and it is caught. Jalen Strong. Do you believe it?
The Supreme Court recently heard arguments regarding public school special education nationwide. A large part of their focus, what is considered free and appropriate education for students with disabilities. Cronkite News reporter Cassidy McDonald spoke to experts and a private school for deaf children on how students are affected in Arizona.
4 days a week, Naomi McKinney and her 5-year-old son Madden drive 3 hours from Lake Havasu City to Desert Voices in North Phoenix.
It is the closest school that teaches listening and spoken language. Madden was born completely deaf.
McKinney says it is the only school in the state that offers to teach oral spoken language for deaf children, making their long commute necessary.
We were able to find a hotel that's about 3 minutes away. We make our reservations a year in advance.
The Arizona Department of Education provided a written statement that under IDEA, all children with disabilities ages 3 through 21 are entitled to a free, appropriate public education that emphasizes special education and related services designed to meet their unique needs and prepare them for employment and independent living. Hope Kirsch is an attorney for special education in Arizona and says many parents like McKinney struggle to provide the best education for their children with special needs without paying expensive private school tuition.
The law says you're only entitled to appropriate, that's the A in free and appropriate public education. You're not entitled to what's best for your child.
Kirsch explained that public schools are often reluctant to fund private schools for special education and are only required to prove that the child has made some amount of progress in public school.
The parent is saying, I want my child to make more progress. Well, how do you know the child can make more progress?
Parents of children with disabilities say, just like anyone, they want the very best for their student.
The public school, unfortunately at home, they did not have a listening and spoken language program, and that is the only mode of communication that we wanted our child to use.
Executive Director Deanne Chapman says Desert Voices is one of the few private schools that provide scholarship to all of its students.
We get zero government funding, and we have to raise about $1 million a year to run the school.
Partnerships between public and private schools like Desert Voices will give special education to students who normally wouldn't have the financial means to attend private school.
If it weren't for this school, my son would not be talking. It's the best.
In Phoenix,
I can hold a conversation with my son 3 years later.
Cassidy McDonald.
He can hear the birds chirping.
Cronkite News.
According to Arizona's Systemic Improvement Plan, 67% of disabled students are taught in a general classroom for 80% or more of the day and not in classrooms with better accommodation for their disability.
Governor Doug Ducey is heralding his plan to put education first as the state legislature looks into funding and boosting teacher pay. But some teachers across the Southwest are seeking out private grants for new technologies. Cronkite News reporter Chantel DeLaguila shows us how some students are traveling the world without ever stepping foot outside their classroom.
Students in Miss Jera's class are learning about Harriet Tubman for Black History Month. But instead of reading about her in books, they are getting a glimpse of history through Nearpod virtual reality goggles.
My husband is just a technology geek, kind of runs in the family, and he ordered a pair, and when he brought them home, I was just intrigued, and immediately I just couldn't help but visit places.
A grant paid for 5 sets of VR goggles, but she had to get more creative when it came time to fund the mobile devices.
That's when I was just out on my social media saying, hey people, I have these goggles, now I need something to put inside them so my students can use them.
With the school being limited in funds for educational trips, virtual reality goggles allow students in Miss Jera's class to travel all around the world without having to leave the classroom.
You look around, it's like you're in a new place even though you're not there. We learned about the Ring of Fire. The Ring of Fire is where there are volcanoes on the outside of the ocean.
The VR goggles increase student engagement and allow the children to ask questions and become involved with every lesson they are learning.
It's an amazing impact that, you know, as we see them at lunch. Ms. Foraker, I got to see the Santa Barbara mission, or I got to see the inside of a volcano, and they are beyond excited to learn about these concepts.
Jera looks forward to incorporating the VR goggles into other lessons, hoping children not only have a greater appreciation for history, but a sense of what they can accomplish as well.
There are maybe things that just are impossible to physically do, but through virtual reality, nothing's impossible.
In the city of Hesperia, Chantel DeLaguila, Cronkite News.
It's been cloudy all day, but will the sun come out tomorrow?
Chloe Ranshaw is in the Cronkite Weather Center tracking your latest forecast.
Well, unfortunately, those clouds are here to stay. Here's a live look at the I-10 westbound. You can see that cloud cover there. But as for temperatures, it's actually been pretty cool, cooler than we're used to seeing for this time of year. You can see 66 degrees in Phoenix, 69 in Tucson, all the way down to 40 degrees up in Flagstaff. But let's take a look ahead what you can expect later today. Those temperatures are pretty much going to stay the same. 62 degrees in Levine, 61 degrees over in Glendale, even 60 degrees over in Surprise. Looking ahead a little bit more tomorrow morning as you're heading out the door or taking your kids to school, you can see 58 degrees in Surprise, 62 degrees over in Phoenix, and 59 degrees in Scottsdale. But as for the rest of your week, there are some sunnier days up ahead that you can look forward to. 73 degrees tomorrow, 76 on Wednesday, all the way up to 85 on Thursday. As for your rest of the week, that's what it'll look like. Chloe Rancha, Cronkite Weather.
If you lose your pet, you could find them using Google.
New microchip technology can help find lost animals faster than ever. Coming up on Cronkite News, how the latest advancements in tracking lost pets has been taken to the internet.
Heaven knows you're a dreamer. Don't hide it from anyone. Don't hide it from anyone. Hey, would you believe me if I said we are here for a reason now? This is our life. This is what counts. This is for us. I will go anywhere for you.
You love them, you feed them, and they're part of your family. Too often, pets get lost or run away after a big storm. A vet in Baldwin Park, California tells Cronkite News reporter Lauren Negrete that the best safeguard is as small as a single grain of rice.
At Tender Loving Care Animal Hospital in Baldwin Park, this cat is not the happiest camper.
What's your kitty's name?
Baby.
Baby.
Baby is getting microchipped. It's a small device implanted near his shoulder blades.
It's a radio frequency transmitter. So basically, we have to scan it with the scanner, and it emits a frequency, and it has a specific number implanted and a unique number to that animal.
Save This Life microchips are searchable on Google. So someone who's found a pet can Google the chip number, fill out a form, then the owner is contacted with email and text alerts. The procedure is quick, a little uncomfortable, but according to Casillas, not painful.
So we kind of just take the skin back here, and we go ahead and we implant it, and then we shoot it in there, and then we pull it out, and then that's it.
The veterinarian here at Tender Loving Care Animal Hospital encourages pet owners to get their loved ones microchipped. He says it saves lives and gives owners a peace of mind. Jacqueline Ochoa's cat is just one of the 400 to 500 pets TLC microchips every year.
In case my cat gets lost, or somebody down the street decides to pick them up and they don't know whose cat it is, at least they can take it to the pound and they can microchip them.
Ochoa, who's lost a cat before, knows that won't happen again with Baby. In Baldwin Park, Lauren Negrete, Cronkite News.
Cronkite News is proud to be the news division of Arizona PBS. Arizona Horizon is next, and here's what's coming up later on PBS NewsHour.
I'm Judy Woodruff on the next NewsHour, an intimate look at what racial disparities can mean for those diagnosed with autism. That's Monday on the PBS NewsHour.
That's it for Cronkite News tonight. Thanks for joining us.
And for top Arizona stories anytime, go to cronkitenews.azpbs.org.
The Arctic Circle. This is one of the most hostile habitats on Earth. But the planet's most resilient animals survive. Thousands of animals head north to eat their fill, as the shallow seas of the Arctic Circle become some of the richest on Earth.
Tonight at 9 on Arizona PBS. Explore new ideas and new worlds here on Arizona PBS, a community service of Arizona State University.